Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at something that honestly might save you from the usual nightmare of heavy, expensive cables that are always just waiting to trip you up on set.
Oh yeah, the cable chaos is incredibly real.
Right. But today we are exploring product specs from HDTV Supply for a very specific piece of gear. It's the Kiloview N40 Plus UHD 4K HDMI NDI Bidirectional Converter.
That is quite the mouthful.
It really is, yeah. But it retails for $699, and there is actually a 10% off promo code floating around for it, too. Our mission today is to figure out how this one compact device acts as this magic bridge for high-end video production.
Which is huge because it literally turns those chaotic setups into streamlined network streams. And the real magic trick here is the NDI protocol.
Right, network device interface.
Exactly. So instead of running, dedicated thick copper lines for every single video feed, NDI lets anyone push ultra-low latency 4K video over your existing IP networks.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. Is this say you're translating a heavy physical encyclopedia, which would be the UHD 4K HDMI video, into a lightning-fast email, the NDI stream, so it can just travel instantly?
Yeah, that is a fantastic way to look at it. It digitizes the heavy lifting. And the really dynamic part is the bidirectional aspect of the N40 Plus.
Meaning it goes both ways.
Right. It can encode,
Yeah.
so taking that physical HDMI feed from a camera and pushing it out to the network as NDI, or it can decode, pulling an NDI stream off the network and tuning it back into HDMI for a monitor.
But wait, there is a catch here, right?
There is, yeah. Those two functions are mutually exclusive.
Okay, so it can't do both at the exact same time.
No, it cannot. You have to physically switch the working mode via the user interface, depending on what you actually need it to do in that moment.
Got it. Still, because your video is now just data sitting on a network, it unlocks some crazy remote control capabilities that usually require massive, expensive soundboards.
Oh, absolutely. The workflow shortcuts are wild.
And here is where it gets really interesting to me. Wait, instead of buying a wildly expensive camera control board, the source says, I can just plug a cheap, standard USB keypad into this tiny box to control a PTZ camera.
It's a PPZ, so pan tilt zoom. It is a brilliant, cost-efficient hack.
Like just a $10 number pad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In decoder mode, a basic USB keypad lets you preset and switch NDI sources using the keys 0 through 9. And it manages the PTZ control via IP and a USB to serial RS-232 connection.
That is insane.
It really is. Plus, it routes voice intercom via a standard USB headset or, just a regular 3.5mm analog mic jack.
Oh, wow. So the communications hub, too.
Yeah, and it boasts a rear tally light and a 1.14-inch LCD screen right on the unit to display your preview and program status.
Okay, but packing all these features, the encoder, decoder, intercom, into one unit, doesn't that just create a different nightmare? Like a huge tangle of power and data cables right on the camera rig?
You would think so, but no, it actually eliminates the clutter through PoE.
Power over Ethernet, right?
You nailed it. One single cable handles both the high-speed 4K data transfer and the electrical power.
Wait, what if you were totally untethered, like shooting in the middle of a field where you don't have a PoE switch handy?
Well, they made it power agnostic. So it supports USB-C PD fast charging. It can run off standard camera batteries or just take a 5 to 18 volt DC input.
That is incredibly versatile.
Totally. And the mounting is versatile too. It attaches directly to a camera with a threaded screw or just slides right into a rack mount using these side grooves.
Nice. And the software side?
Super seamless. Thanks to an NDI discovery server, software like OBS, vMix, or a TriCaster will just auto-detect your video instantly.
All right, so to distill this down for you listening, this one single device is your encoder, your decoder, your intercom, and your camera controller, all in one block.
Which is just wild to think about.
It really is. And it leaves us with a provocative question to ponder. If a single Ethernet cable can now flawlessly carry 4K video, power, two-way audio, and camera controls, what does the future of the physical broadcast studio actually look like?
Will bulky hardware eventually disappear entirely? Swallowed up by the network?
Exactly.
Look.
Are we looking at a future with no heavy hardware racks at all? Definitely something for you to chew on.